Let me guess. So you had your spiritual awakening and now everyone is stupid. Hello and welcome back. I am Minded, here to bring a dose of reality to your delusion. Why? Because we are realistically delusional. Today is a specifically juicy topic. Y'all know that I'm on Reddit all the time. Basically, the sentiment is, once you have your spiritual awakening, it feels like everybody around you is dumb. Like everybody's stupid. The thing is, I understand the sentiment. I understand the feeling, but let me clarify. It is not that everyone around you got stupid. They did not get dumber. You got smarter. You became awakened and you started to see what's going on in the world. It's like living your entire life in a very dark city, right? Everyone takes the same route and everyone takes the same way because that's all they know. And they don't know the other routes because it's too dark to see the other routes. So everybody's feeling safe in the way that they are going because everybody else is going that way. It's the sheep and the herd mentality. So it feels safe, you know. People can't see what's happening around them. This is the life that you've been living your entire life. This is all that you know. This darkness and these ways that you can go because these are the ways that people have said are safe to go and to travel. And all of a sudden, you get the world's brightest flashlight, okay? And now you are seeing everything. You are seeing paths that people couldn't see. You're seeing roads that have never been walked on. You are seeing the demons lurking in the dark, okay? You are seeing the secrets that people thought could be hidden in the corners, you know what I'm saying? You see how inefficient people are and how inefficient the way that people have been, the paths that people have been taking are, and how faulty and how unsustainable things are. But it's only now because you've gotten that flashlight that you're able to see these things. This is your spiritual awakening. You have a flashlight on this 3D world. You know what it is now. You see what's happening, but everybody else is still in the dark. The first mistake that you make when you just get that flashlight, you just have your spiritual awakening, is that you will try to tell people, yo, do you not see the light? You're gonna sound like one of those crazy preachers. Like, you try to tell everybody, like, no, there's a better way. How can you not see the lies? How can you not see what the government is doing? How can you not see how people are being played like puppets? How can you not see what's going on? You know what I'm saying? This is actually normal. This is normal because this means that on a deeper subconscious level, you really want better for people. You really want people to live better lives. You really want people to be more awakened, to have more meaningful lives, and to find their perfect purpose. So this is actually a good sign. However, you constantly have to remind yourself in this spiritual journey, not your circus, not your monkeys. I learned this phrase years ago because as a hyper-independent firstborn eldest daughter, if you're a firstborn, especially if you're an eldest daughter, you know what exactly what I'm about to talk about. You help everybody. You are the doctor, the psychologist, the nutritionist. You're the cook, you're the chef, you're the servant, you're the worker, you're the bank, honey. So like, you're always helping and extending yourself to other people. However, in this spiritual journey, if you take that same energy in to your spiritual awakening, you will burn yourself out so bad. So you have to now, at this point, stop focusing on always trying to show people the way and being okay with sometimes having to accept that this is not your circus, this is not your monkeys. Everybody is supposed to have their own journey when it comes to spiritual awakening. Everybody has to find that flashlight on their own. You cannot be everyone's flashlight all the time. Once you've had this spiritual awakening, you may start to see that your ego might start to take over, because now it's like, oh, I'm awakened, I've leveled up, like I see the world, you know, I see what's happening, I'm so smart because I see the moves, especially if you're an empath, like you know what's going to happen sometimes before it even happens. So you're like, man, I knew that. Like you saw the connections, you started connecting the dots before anybody was connecting the dots, and now you're feeling like you're all, you know, knowledgeable and you have all this power. And that's when the ego may start to come. So you're gonna have to be careful with keeping your ego in check. One analogy that I use sometimes is that you will see people trying to dig a hole with a fork when a shovel is right next to them, right? Like you see the shovel and they're right there trying to dig this big hole with a fork, and you are going to try to tell them like, yo, there's a shovel right here. Why are you trying to dig using this fork? Like, what are you doing? But the thing is, in reality, you're the only one who sees a shovel. All they see is a fork. The level that they're at when it comes to their knowledge and their spirituality or lack thereof is a level where you can only use a fork to dig a hole. Where you're at, you can now see that there's a shovel. You can use a shovel to dig that hole. You'll dig that hole quicker. It'll take less energy. It'll be bigger. But both levels are still significant on this journey. Spirituality is not linear, right? It's like different bubbles. This person is here in their level where they're digging holes with a fork, and you're here in another bubble where you're digging holes with a shovel. There may be somebody over here, or all the way over here in a different bubble where they're digging holes with a excavator. Okay? It can be exhausting because what happens is, because you're in different bubbles, your energies no longer match. And unfortunately, we're still in a space where the majority of people are not awakened to a lot of things. They're not knowledgeable about a lot of things. So it's hard for you to energetically match. Like, you don't vibrate on the same level. So it becomes a bit more difficult for you to meet people at their level, to grow with people at a certain level, to match with people, to become friends or get into relationships with people who are not in that same bubble as you are. You'll also easily get exhausted by the small talk and the how are you? I'm fine. And like the fluff that people are going to be talking about, and which also makes people seem like they're maybe less intelligent, but it's not. It's just that they're in the bubble where talking about fluff and gossip and celebrities and things like that, that's what fuels them. But you've gone on to another bubble where you need deeper conversation, more thought-provoking ideas. You need debates. You need people to argue with you and argue against you and things like that in order to grow. But in the end, the most important thing you have to understand is that it's all about finding compassion. Like, you need to learn compassion and have respect for the fact that each person is on their own journey. They are on their own journey. You are on your own journey. They need to grow at their own pace, just like you did. No one forced you into your spiritual awakening. At least I hope not. I don't even know if that's possible. But no one forced you into it. No one convinced you into it, really. Maybe someone brought upon an idea, and then that idea started to grow in your head and you start to do your own research. But a spiritual awakening cannot be thrown or forced on you. It's something that's very personal. So in the same way that you found your own awakening on your own, they have to find their own awakening on their own. So you have to have compassion and patience for where they are. So they're not dumb. You're just in different bubbles. Anyways, I feel like this video was way longer than I wanted it to be. I'm so sorry. I hope the quality is okay. I know it's not the best, but we're gonna see how it turns out. Okay. Anyways, stay healthy, wealthy, and blessed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.